scooch in so I don't get my microphone disconnected. Alright, hey everybody. So doing something a little different today. I've been working and grinding my way through this game, so we're gonna see what we can do here and see if we can potentially finish. Okay, that is better armor than what I have. So I want this one. We are at a point in the game where it is, I'm pretty far in. I've got my buddy Garrus, who's my boo. Not yet, because I can't be in this game, but will be eventually. And then the big guy in the red armor next to him is Rex. I am Commander Shepard, because I am very creative with names. And that's what she was called originally in my playthrough, back when I played this on PS3, I think. So what we did was we just planted a nuke. And one of our people had to get left behind to plant the nuke. And another one of our people that we had lead the frontal assault is in trouble, so we're going to save, I think it's him. I am playing on insanity mode, so there is a good possibility that I will die several times. Those guys. Fuck those guys. They like to charge, and they are really annoying and hard to kill. But I'm a space wizard. Fuck, he's right up on me. Alright, let's use this. Nope, no, you were supposed to target this guy. Please. Lift him. Lift him. Thank you. Alright, they took care of him. The AI actually in this, for controlling your buddies, not too shabby. So in insanity mode, I get hit super freaking hard. And the enemies are basically constantly regenerating health. A lot of the bosses aren't susceptible to my space wizardry. So this is Saren. So he is kind of the protagonist, or antagonist rather, bad guy in this game. There's basically like a council that
This has been an impressive diversion,
all the species are represented through a council. And they have basically these Black Ops soldiers called Spectres, and he was a Spectre for them, so he could get away with fucking anything.
Possibly understand what's really at stake.
Alright. But he went rogue, so we were appointed as a Spectre to go and take his ass down.
You of all people should understand what the Reapers are capable of. They cannot be stopped. Do not mire yourself in pointless revolt. Do not sacrifice everything for the sake of petty freedoms. The Protheans tried to fight, and they were utterly destroyed. Trillions dead. But what if they had bowed?
But in terms of storytelling and everything, this game has superior storytelling from almost every other game. I'm also playing as a Paragon, so I'm not going to pick like really antagonistic options. Like I will not be a slave.
Do you really
we're gonna try to talk stuff out.
Will let us live?
Now you see why I never came forward with this to the Council. We organics are driven by emotion instead of logic.
Oh, and he's being controlled by these people called the Reapers, which are just really sentient machines.
If we make ourselves useful,
and that's why he turned.
Think how many lives could be spared. Once I understood
this fight is
Sovereign.
Upcoming is a tough fight normally. I've never played this game on insanity mode before.
This facility could protect me.
But there's also a lot of glitches with it, so I'm hoping I don't glitch out.
I've studied the effects.
I know poor Per had a lot of issues with the glitches in this part, so hopefully we don't.
That is my saving
but I pretty much
grace.
saved right before this fight. Is where we came in, so it won't be too much backtracking, and I can skip most of this dialogue.
For now, but the transformation from ally to servant can be subtle. I will not let it happen to me.
Why are the Geth following Sovereign?
Her eyes are so weird in the cutscenes, though. It's like kind of. I didn't make the prettiest ship.
The pinnacle of
I played around with her for like 10 to 15 minutes. I'm like, good enough.
The reaction of their
I just want to
deity
play.
is most telling. It is insulted. Sovereign does not
But the
desire
female
the
shep
devotion
is
of
considered by the
death
community to be
heritage.
the better of
They
the
are
two
just
shepherds,
tools,
just
and
from
no
a
amount
voice
of
acting
relief from their
perspective.
heart will change that.
It's Jennifer Hale,
as tools,
is
they are
the
useful.
voice actress
They will survive the
for
coming invasion.
FemShep.
If organic life is to
I
survive,
don't know who
we
actually
must also
voices
prove
male Shep.
we are
I've never
useful.
played as him
We
before.
must work with the Reapers.
Tell me why Sovereign needs the conduit. Tell me what it is. Maybe we can find
It's like
a
she's
way
like
to stop
looking
them.
down at him and is just like
Conduit
staring
is the
down
key
without
to
turning her
your
head down.
destruction and my salvation. Sovereign needs my help to find it. That is the only reason I have not been indoctrinated.
Sovereign's manipulating you and you don't even know it. You're already under its power.
No, Sovereign needs me. If I find the
Mark
conduit,
Meir.
I've been promised
Is-
a
is
reprieve
meant-
from the inevitable.
Male Shep.
This is my only hope.
See, so like if you have like enough persuasion points, you can and Paragon points, you get blue options like this. And then if I was more of the renegade down here, it's kind of grayed out, but that would be red, and that'd be the renegade option.
Together we can stop Sovereign. We don't have to
I don't know
submit
what
to the
Mark
Reapers,
Meir's
we can
in. The
beat
name
them.
doesn't sound that familiar to me.
I no longer believe that, Shepard. The visions
Yeah, it ain't gonna
cannot
work,
be
but we're gonna
denied.
try it.
The Reapers are too powerful. The only hope of survival is to join with them. Sovereign is a machine. It thinks like a machine.
Yeah, let me know what else
If
he's
I
in,
can
Cal.
prove my value, I become a resource worth maintaining. There is no other
I did
logical
max
conclusion.
charisma. I need to. I will show you
You
my
were
goddamn
expected.
tree after this.
You
Charisma
were
is the
sworn
first
to
thing I
defend
max
the
because there's a lot
galaxy.
of like
Then
fights you can
broke
just get
that
out of by
vow to
talking,
Save yourself.
and then you tend to get
I'm
better
not doing this for
better
myself.
rewards.
Don't you see?
Baldur's Gate
Sovereign
2,
will
okay.
succeed. It is inevitable. My way.
Oh, he's
is the only
Cyric.
way
Okay.
Any
Interesting.
Of us will survive. I'm forging an alliance between us and the Reapers, between organics and machines. And in doing so, I will save more lives than have ever existed.
You're a little
But
delusional,
you
dude.
would undo my work. You would doom
I don't
our
know if
entire
I don't think I
civilization
don't even know if I know what Jade
annihilation.
Empire is.
And for that, you must die.
Oh, Dragon Age Origins. Okay. So he's gonna bombard me with shit. So I'm gonna try to overload his shield. Let's see what these
Shields down.
do. Yeah, so you can see like my shields got knocked out super quick there. Barrier. Barrier's a really good move because snipey. Okay, so sniper can basically take me out in one hit even with full shields on. It really fucking sucks. So I gotta be careful with that. Okay, alright, we made it to the first checkpoint. Not bad, not bad. Jethin and Atlas as well as oh, he's force choking me. Oh, smack him in the face. How come he gets a cool little helipad thing? I want one. Those standard issue. Sir, come back. I need that. He's obviously not nearly as famous as Jennifer Hale then, I guess. 'Cause Jennifer Hale is in so much fucking shit. So that's Space Racist Ashley, who's protecting the nuke. And I have just left her to die. Therefore, he is not in a lot, Kellifer.
All right, everybody, hang on.
That wasn't nearly as bad of a fight as I thought it was going to be. We done good.
I can't believe that
And we
Ash
got a
didn't
trophy.
make it. How could we just leave her down there?
Williams knew the risks going in. She gave her life to save the rest of us.
But
So I say
me.
boring ass Caden
Why not
instead
her?
of space racist Ashley.
It wasn't your call, Alenko. I had to choose. I chose you.
I chose you, Pikachu.
But if I'd done my job, you wouldn't have had to make that call.
It wasn't your fault. It wasn't my fault. The only one to blame here is Saren.
Yes, ma'am. We'll get it done.
Commander, excuse me for interrupting, but I have an idea. I think the beacon you found in Saren's base was similar to the one you found on Eden Prime. It may have filled in the missing
So that's my
pieces of
girlfriend
your
in this
vision.
game because I have the
I
option
might
of
be able
literally
to
her
help you
or
put
boring
all
ass
those
Caden.
pieces
So I
together.
went with Blue Alien.
You want to join our minds again, don't you? Okay, go ahead.
A lot of people have a thing for Liara though.
Relax, Commander.
Yeah, I went with Blue Babe.
Embrace eternity.
Because the Asaris are interesting in that they can actually reproduce with any species. And they always take on the form of the Asari. And Asari, the Blue Babes, they're always female. So, and they also like live for like 1,000 years. So, although humans frequently live into like the early hundreds in this as well, like 115, 125 isn't that uncommon.
Incredible. I never thought the images would be so intense.
I blew her
I
mind.
need a moment to collect myself.
Did the vision make any sense to you?
It's a distress call. A message sent out across the Prothean Empire. A warning against the Reapers, but the warning came too late.
What about the conduit?
There were other images, locations, places I recognized from my research. Ilos! The conduit is on Ilos! That is why Sarah needed to find the Mu Relay. It is the only way to get to Ilos.
We need to get to Ilos.
Yeah, no shit,
Forget
Chuck.
it. The Mu relay's inside the terminus systems. Alliance ships are not welcome there. Neither are Spectres.
There's Tali. She is a Quarian. Her
conduit's on
species
Ilos.
basically doesn't
That's
have an
where
immune
Saren's
system,
heading.
which is why she
I'll be
has to
waiting
live
for
in
him
that
when he
suit,
gets
because
there.
even a common cold could be
Saren will
deadly
have
for
his
them.
entire fleet orbiting Ilos. You will never make it down to the surface
She's like,
without
I don't know.
reinforcements.
To me, she's like the
You
little
must
sister
alert
of the
council.
group.
We need a fleet to...
She's super smart, very into like tech and
I am
electronics,
sorry.
but she's
The
just, I don't
joining
know. She
is
got a little sister vibe to me.
exhausting. I should go to the medical bay and lie down for a moment.
Didn't me up.
Dr. Chakwa should take a look at you.
That will not be necessary. I just need some rest. Somewhere quiet.
We're done here. Dismissed.
Commander, there's a comm buoy nearby. I can link us in if you want to report back to the Citadel Council. You know, to warn them about Sovereign.
Set the link up, Joker. They need to know.
Patching it through.
Commander Shepard, I'm pleased to see your mission on Virmire was a success.
Saren is formidable enough without an army of Krogan serving under him.
The Krogan would have served Sovereign, a Reaper.
Yes, we saw mention of this on your report. Sovereign, Ascension machine, a true artificial intelligence. This news is quite alarming. If it
So
turns
right
out
now
to
the
be
council
accurate.
consists of 3 different races.
Sovereign's a Reaper.
The Solarians,
Saren
which is
admitted
the
it.
guy that was on the far right
He's
there,
playing you,
the
Shepard.
Asari in the middle, and the
Saren still has
Turians on the
contacts on the
left.
Citadel.
Humans have
You
only been in
probably saw your
contact for
earlier
about, like, I think it's like
reports.
20,
The ones
25
talking
years at
about
this
your
point,
vision, the
with all the
Reapers.
other species. So we're still fairly
It's highly
new, and
possible
people kind of
Saren
hate
is
us
using
because
false
we're
information
very
to throw you off
ambitious.
balance. Our own intelligence has never
And
turned
we
up any
like demand
corroborating
respect, even
information.
though these people are a lot
Sooner or
smarter than
later,
us
you're
because
gonna
they've
have
been
to
doing
take
this for
something I say
freaking
on
hundreds of
faith,
years.
Counselor.
Try to see this from
So
our
we don't have a
perspective,
spot
Commander.
officially on the
Saren
council
is a threat we
yet.
can recognize. However, as far
Yeah,
as
it
we
is
know,
about right for
the
humans.
Reapers only exist in your visions.
So Shepard
Our
is the
decisions
first human
affect
specter ever,
trillions of
which is a
lives.
big freaking
We
deal.
cannot act on the accusations of a single person, even a Spectre. Not without solid evidence.
The Council cannot take any official action here. That is why we created the Spectres. You have the authority
So we're
to act
basically
as
we're
you see fit.
below.
If you
We
truly
are
believe
low.
Sovereign is the real threat, you must take whatever steps are necessary to stop it. And
I'm not telling you to go kill people, but you know,
Good luck,
do what you gotta
Commander.
do.
From all of us.
Alright. Okay, so to make Luke happy, can we talk? So technically, I guess technically you are right. I did not max out persuasion, but I have maxed out my charm All the way to the max. I only put 1 point in Intimidate, though. Because I don't really like that. And there are better things that I could get with my points. But I have maxed out my charm. I am so fucking charming. Alright. Actually, we need to go talk to people. Yeah. Okay. Let's go talk to our crew, because that was a major mission we were just on, and we killed... I willingly killed one of our people. Just kind of left her to die. I don't know if this is where the relationship actually solidifies here or not. Alright, good luck.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows
And
what
as
she's
in
doing.
typical
I've been thinking about Saren.
video game
I
fashion.
actually
As long as you're
feel a
nice to
little
someone,
sorry for
they're
her
like,
now.
hey, you wanna
He's
fuck?
become a slave
Hey.
to the Reapers, and he can't even see it.
He is trapped inside his own mind.
And then you have to be like a complete
Part of him
asshole
senses
to
his
people
identity
for to
slowly
like
being
break up with
swallowed up
them.
by Sovereign.
Or be like, nah, I
But he
ain't
is powerless
interested.
to
But you
stop
were
it.
giving me signs.
I
I
wonder
was
how
just
he first
saying
fell
like,
into
thank
Sovereign's
you
trap.
and you're
Did he
welcome.
think he could
And
somehow
good job.
stop the Reapers from returning? Or was he simply driven by a lust for power and glory?
Whatever Saren's reasons may have been.
Hey,
they're long
Muggs,
gone
how are
now.
you doing
He has to
today?
be stopped.
Happy Sunday.
Yes, I suppose you are right. He may be Sovereign's victim, but he is
Although,
also
I feel
a
like
threat
sometimes
to
I
all
fall
life
into that
as we
trap
know
too
it.
in the RPG. Someone
Let's
complimented
not
me.
spend
It must
every
mean
free
something
minute talking
somewhere.
about Saren. It is bad enough we are chasing him across the galaxy.
I should go.
Okay,
Goodbye,
alright.
Shepard.
Nope, that is not where we actually couple up with Liara. Okay, Dr. Chakwas never says anything interesting. So we made it, we basically, we failed both times. We tried twice last night, and we failed both times at the final boss. So, definitely got to look up some more videos and figure out.
I wanted
What for, Garrus?
for everything. Taking
We're
you with
talking
me,
about potentially
letting me
grinding
be
out
part of
for
your
a
team.
certain set of armor,
I've learned a lot.
to try to help us out, so we don't have to switch equipment nearly as much.
Thanks, Commander.
Garrus, you're
welcome,
adorable.
Garrus.
I wish you were romanceable in the first one. Oh, this was Ashley's desk, and now she's gone.
Commander, things got heated back on Virmire. You did what you had to do. I respect your choice.
I appreciate what you did, Rex. I won't forget it.
Just to
Rex
make
is a pretty cool
sure it
dude,
was
though,
worth
too.
it.
I like Rex.
Saren
He's just a
has to
freaking
pay
walking
for
tank.
what he's done.
We'll have him soon enough. Then he can answer for his crimes.
He'll do more than just answer if I have anything to say about it.
Okay, I've already gone through
So
all those
long,
options
Rex.
with him.
Shepard.
Alright, so these guys are the guys
You
that
have
we
my gratitude,
saved.
Commander.
They were leading
Most
the
people would have
frontal
left our team
assault,
behind.
so we
The
were able to
captain
sneak
considers
in the
the mission a
back and
success.
take out
I
Saren.
defer to his judgment.
Let me see
Oh,
what you have.
he's got stuff. Oh yes, give me more of that. Give me that. Give me that. Alright. I don't think any of those are better than what I have, though. Commander?
It was
Captain?
an honor working with you, Commander Shepard. Despite the losses, our mission was a success.
Yeah, well,
My superiors
so
will duly
besides
honor
that,
Chief
I am in the
Williams
middle
for
of
her
a
actions.
giant mining grind
sacrifice has earned humanity
to
a
solve
great deal
basically
of
like a
respect
treasure
from
clue hunt.
Ash was a hell of a soldier.
I
She knew what the
I'm
risks
probably
were, but
at
she did
least
what she
14
had
or
to.
15 hours in,
course.
if not more.
The
I
grim
feel like it's
reality that
probably
every
closer
soldier
to like
must
20
accept.
hours in,
Rest assured,
and I still have
Commander,
like
my men
another
and I will not
14
forget
hours
what
to
you have
go.
accomplished here.
I'm 60% of the way
Leadership
through my
as soon as you
goal.
reach your next destination.
Um,
Perhaps you'll have the opportunity to
so
work together again.
yeah, fun. That's like, it's an easy grind though, at least for what I'm doing, because I can just put something on in the background and it's like clicking every like 30 seconds to a minute.
With Saren, I mean.
It won't be much longer. One way or another, it'll all be over soon.
You'll find the conduit before. And after this is all over, when my pilgrimage ends and I go back to my own people, I'll be proud to say I was a part of it.
We couldn't have done this without you, Tali.
You've been good to me. A lot of people treat Quarians like second-class citizens. They just want
So
us
it's
to
kind of
go
neat.
back
The
to our
Quarians don't actually have a home
disappear.
planet anymore, so
But
they
you
just live on
treated me
ships,
just like everyone
giant
else on your
ships.
crew.
So,
Like an equal. That means a lot. And it says
They're
something
very
about you.
transient people in
Whatever
that matter,
happens,
but
just want to
basically
say
as like
thank you
the
for
rite of
that.
passage when
I'm gonna miss you when you go back to your own people, Talon.
they become like adults, they have to go
That
out
won't
and they have
happen
to
for a
find
while
something
yet.
to bring back,
I'll be
whether
right
it
here
is
anytime you
something
need me.
physical or if it's just knowledge, something that will benefit the fleet and prove that they are not just dead weight because of the limited resources on said ship. So she's on her pilgrimage right now. Yeah, I mean, I probably am. So, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's something that's got to be done anyway. I just wish I didn't have to do this in this one major chunk like I had. But it is what it is. I don't really give a shit. I'm not talking to Kaden. Let me go talk to Joker. So Joker is our pilot. And it's actually played... you might recognize the voice. What the hell is his name? Seth...
Commander.
Seth Green?
I know it couldn't have been easy for you down there. Making the call between Alenko and Williams must have been... I'm sorry, ma'am. I just don't know if I could have done it.
Yeah, there is no right choice.
But he
for
plays
something
Dr.
like
Evil's
that.
son, Scotty,
I just
and
hope I never have to go through it again.
Austin
No, I'm not
Powers, and he's
blaming
also
you, Commander. I'm just...
Chris Griffin.
I mean, it's hard, you know?
Saren's still out there, Joker. Hold it together. We need you.
Don't worry, I won't let you down. I want to be there when you make that son of a bitch pay.
Alright. Alright, we talk to anybody that actually matters on our ship, so... Yeah, it's got this has got a pretty decent voice acting crew.
I forwarded the mission update to the Citadel, Commander. We got confirmation on those reinforcements. Ambassador Udino wants us to report back to the Citadel. The Council's massing a joint species
So
fleet
we gotta go
to
back
deal
to
with
the
Saren
Citadel
and his
before we
gap.
go.
Back to the Citadel, Joker. I want the Normandy at the head of that fleet.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, but I actually, for RuneScape, I just hit 1850 total level shortly before stream. I got to 79 mining. My goal is to get to 82.
Good job, Shepard.
I started
Thanks
off
to you,
at
the Council's
73.
finally taking real action
So,
against Saren.
making decent
The
progress.
ambassador is correct. If Saren is foolish
Yeah,
enough to
1850
attack
is
the
a
Citadel,
that's a pretty
as he
big
believes, we will be ready
pretty
for
big.
him.
Patrols are stationed at
Big
every
deal,
mass
yeah.
relay linking Citadel space
I'm
to the
almost
terminus
base 70 stats.
You think a blockade's
the
gonna
last stat
stop
I
him?
have in the
He's
60s
on
is
Ilos
rune
looking for the
crafting at
conduit
69.
right now. What are you doing
So
about
I'm
that?
43k away from
Ilos is
having
only
base
accessible
70
to the
there,
new relay,
so probably
deep
like
inside
3
the
to 4
terminus
weeks.
systems, Commander. If we send a fleet in there, the only possible outcome is full-scale war.
Now is the time for discretion, Commander. Saren's greatest weapon was secrecy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I
Exposed,
did,
he is no longer a threat. This is over.
I did like the old
One ship going into the
RuneScape,
terminus systems won't
and
start a
then
war. I can be
what they
discreet.
currently call old school RuneScape now.
Detonated a nuclear device on Virmiread.
I played
I
that
wouldn't
with my
call
brother
that
for
discreet.
years and years,
Your
middle school
style
and high
served you
school.
well in the Traverse, Commander. We recognize that.
Never really
Ilos
got
requires a deft
into
touch.
the new
We
RuneScape.
have the situation under control.
Secrecy
The
isn't
new
his
RuneScape, I don't
greatest
know.
weapon.
It's much better
conduit is.
graphics and everything. It just, I don't know,
Saren
it
is
feels
a
kind of
master
clunky.
manipulator. The
It's like too
conduit
much
is just
going
a
on.
distraction
It's
from his real plan to attack the Citadel.
Sovereign's the real threat.
I mean, I
Saren's
tried
the servant of the
WoW.
Reapers.
Never
Only
really
you
got
have
into
seen
WoW.
the Reapers.
Tried
And
Final
then only in
Fantasy.
visions.
Never really got
We
into
won't
that.
invade the terminus systems because of the train.
If Saren finds the
Trying to think of what
conduit,
other
we're all
MMOs I
screwed.
really
we have
played.
to go to Ilos.
I never played any of the Diablos until like
Ambassador Udina, I
about
get
2
the
years
sense
ago.
Commander
I
Shepard isn't
played
willing to
Diablo
let this
3.
go.
There are
Which is real
serious
good.
political implications here, Shepard. Humanity's made great gains thanks to you, but now
Yeah,
you're
it seems like we
becoming
do actually
more
have a
trouble
good
than your
portion of people that do play
bastard.
Final Fantasy
You're selling us
14.
out.
I'm a huge Final
It's
Fantasy
just
fan in
politics,
general.
Commander.
Like I've played
Done your job, now
pretty
let me
close
do mine.
to like all the
We've locked
numbered
out all
ones
the
in the
Normandy's
series.
primary systems until further notice you're grounded.
Are you insane?
I'm
After
stupid and I have
everything
nostalgia,
I've
and
done,
10
you
is my
still don't
favorite.
believe me.
I think it's time for you and your team to leave, Commander. This
But-
no longer concerns you. The Council
Yeah,
can
I don't know.
handle
I'm
this
just
with my help.
my big issue with MMOs, and I always like. I think my big thing is like I'm much more of a solo gamer. I prefer to not have to rely on people, and when you get to certain levels in MMOs and stuff like that, you have to have good and active clans, and in order to be able to do end level game content.
Commander.
And it's just like I've never wanted to put in that much
I cannot
effort
believe
to
they did
coordinate
this
with
to you.
people.
I am so sorry.
It's not your fault.
So that's
It's
I don't
not
know.
right.
That's kind of just my
You
spiel with
did
MMOs
everything
in
they
general.
asked and
RuneScape,
more.
it's like
Nobody
most of the
else
grind
could
I
have
can do
done
on
what
my
you did.
own.
The
It's just like the
council owes you
bossing and the
everything,
raiding and stuff, like
everything.
what Luke and I
Instead,
were
they
doing the other
stripped you of
night.
your
That you
command
kind of
and
need
ground
a
them
group
over.
of people at least two.
I don't care if they ground me, but they refuse to go after Saren. If they don't stop him from finding the
yeah.
conduit, we're all dead.
No, Final Fantasy VII is wonderful. So I am that
Perhaps we
weirdo
could
that missed the
appeal
original Final
and
Fantasy
get them to
VII
reverse their
train.
decision.
I didn't play it
pushed them
until
as hard as I
maybe
could.
about 10 years ago in college.
So you're going to walk
Yeah, that's
away?
pretty low
You
commitment
will
though,
just
man.
give up
It
and
feels like
doom the
these like a
entire
lot of these
galaxy
clans
to
that are real
extinction?
active and stuff.
We're out of the game
It's
for now.
it's like
But I'll find
you
a
need to
way
do
back.
this at a certain time at a certain
believe in you,
day,
Shepard.
and you all need to
I'm
go
with
and
you
go
every
ahead
step
and
of
do
the
this. And
way.
I don't know. I don't know. D&D just feels different versus the MMOs, but I kind of get what you mean. Oh, that look. Oh, we doing it? Are we doing it? Are we doing it?
Sorry to interrupt, Commander.
Nope, okay.
Got a message from Captain
Alright.
Anderson.
What did he want?
Only said to meet him in that club in the wards. Flux.
You should probably go meet with him.
Alright. I'm gonna go with my normal crew. Because I would normally play and pull in like Liara or something like that.
Atmosphere.
What the fuck are you?
Logged.
Mechanic.
Sorry, Commander. The Normandy's locked down. Ambassador Udina gave you orders.
I normally like playing with Liara and having kind of double biotic ability, Space Wizard. But in this mode, she is way too squishy for that. I need a tank because I am also squish.
Officer, Major Kyle.
Yeah, no, just like especially hearing like Sartuk and Kalbrina used to be in a big WoW guild and were really, really fucking good at it. And just hearing all the shit that they would have to do and coordinate and stuff, and I'm just like, eh. Alright, we need to go to Flux. Alright, let's go to the nightclubs. I don't know, I've just been way too casual about that type of stuff, and I tend to get very overwhelmed in games and things like that when there are too many things going on, so usually at the high level stuff I'm just like, yeah. Yeah, exactly. If I was like in high school again and had all the time in the world, or even college where I had a ton of time. But now there are other uses of my time that I would prefer to do. Yo, fuck.
Yeah,
What's
what is
going
it?
on?
Why were you tossed out of there?
Doran didn't have a clue what I was doing. He assumed I was cheating.
Were you?
I know Doran. If he says you're cheating, you're cheating.
I was just tipping the scales in my favor, only as an experiment.
Explain
Still
yourself.
Sounds like cheating to me.
To you, maybe. But this device is merely intended to simulate situations and record results. Recording losses is easy, of course. Nobody notices those.
Why do you need to record these outcomes?
So he's basically like
now you're getting
card
to the heart of
counting,
it.
but with
I've
other
spent the
machines?
last 5 years developing a system that can accurately predict wins and losses on the Quasar. I just need a few more recorded wins and I can complete the algorithms.
Can you do that? Isn't that illegal?
It's illegal to use my system, but I won't use it. I'll sell it to others.
So I'll make other people do it
A few more
illegally.
wins recorded.
Yeah, no, I'm not helping you cheat.
I think I'll take my chances, Theo.
Suit yourself.
Okay, so we got Captain Anderson over there. Can I dance now? Will it let me? This game won't let me dance. Okay. Lame. Lame. Shepard has some really lame dance moves in the original game.
Hey, Jenna came back looking for work.
I was glad to help out.
Yeah, everyone seems real happy to have her back.
They should be. Aren't you?
I'm glad she's out of the den. I'd just forgotten what it was like to have
Oh
her
my
around.
god, dumb
I haven't
bitch.
had a decent tip since she got back.
Help my sister! I need her back. Oh my god, she's back. Get her away from me.
They pulled me off the mission, just like when they forced you to give up the Normandy.
I would have to leave it all behind,
I
Luke.
know, I'm sorry. I wanted to warn you, but there was no way to get a message to you before you docked. I know you're pissed off right now, but you can't give up. They all think this is over, but we both know it's not. You have to go to Ilos. You have to stop Saren from using the conduit.
There's only one ship that can get me into the Terminus systems undetected, and she's grounded.
Citadel controls locked out all the Normandy's systems. But if we override the ambassador's orders,
Ooh, I like how this
we
guy
can get them
thinks.
to bring the Normandy back online. You can be in the Terminus systems before anyone even knows you're gone.
How the fuck we do it?
What's the plan?
I can unlock the Normandy from one of the consoles in the Citadel Control Center. You'll have a few minutes before anyone realizes what happened.
That's a restricted area patrolled by armed guards. How are you going to get in?
Leave that to me. Just make sure you're in the Normandy when the systems come back online.
There's gotta be a better way.
Ambassador Udina issued the lockdown order. If I can hack into the computer in his office, maybe I can override it.
He won't just stand by while you use his computer.
Hopefully he won't be there. If he is, I'll just have to think of something.
The ambassador won't forgive this, Captain. You'll be charged with treason, a capital offense.
We don't have a lot of options. I break into the ambassador's computer, or I take my chances with the patrols in Citadel Control.
No, fuck Udina. He's a prick.
You'll have a better chance if you go after
Even
the
worse, he's a
ambassador's
politician.
I was hoping you'd say that. The ambassador has made this personal. You ready to get the hell off this station, Commander?
Straining my neck with this, trying to keep that plugged in. Alright, let's fucking go.
Let's do it.
I'll take care of the lockdown. You get down to the Normandy and tell Joker to stand by.
Alright. Hey, yo, Bouncer, what you doing?
Hey, good to see another human. Soldier, I've got a major situation, and I need help from somebody with humanity's interests at heart.
What you got, dude?
What kind of situation are we talking about?
Of course, right to business. That's why humanity has the best damn.
That's
fleet
why
in
we're
the
also
galaxy.
hated.
My name is Elias Keeler. I'm an alliance negotiator. We've got a big session coming up with the Solarians. You wouldn't believe what's riding on this. I'm fighting for humanity on this one, just like you are.
A little dramatic,
I understand. It's important. So what do you need?
Well, in order to do my best for humanity, I need the best resources on the market.
Are you saying that this is my time to invest, Luke?
That increases alertness.
This is my
and
time to get my
cognitive
prayer up.
function. It's legal, but restricted. I've purchased the monthly limit, and I need more from the medbay.
What exactly is this stimulant?
Oh, I don't know the medical terms, but it increases mental capacity, short-term recall, that sort of thing. It helps me stay focused, and it keeps me sharp. Nothing gets by me when I'm on it.
If you know the methods,
This
why'd you
guy
go
needs
over
his
them?
uppers.
The negotiations were supposed to be last week, but the Solarians stalled it, probably deliberately. If I don't get the stimulant, I'll be a wreck. My assistant will take over, and that would be a disaster.
You should put some trust in
I think
your
when I bought them
assistant.
for our
Didn't
grind,
you
they were
train
like
him?
$1,700 a pop.
My assistant wants to bend over backwards for the Citadel races. He wants to show them we're reasonable. No race will respect us until we show them who's in charge. That's what it took with the Turians. See, I forget my assistant.
Why is this deal so important?
The Solarians want to set up long-term trade agreements. There are billions of credits at stake. If I don't get the drug, my assistant will take over and mess up the whole deal. It would be a disaster.
I'm sure
You should put some trust in your assistant. Didn't you train him?
My assistant wants to bend over backwards for the Citadel races. No race will respect us until we show them who's in charge. That's what it took with the Turians.
You're an addict,
See, I
dude.
forget my assistant.
You need help.
Keeler, you've got a problem. You need to get treatment.
It might look that way from the outside, but this is just a one-time slip-up. All the top negotiators are on stimulants close to the legal limit. It's the way the game is played.
The game is wrong.
I don't see all the top negotiators soliciting help to go over the legal limit, Keeler.
Maybe you're right. I've been trying to keep humanity strong, and maybe I've pushed myself too hard. I'll tell you what, this will be the last time I use the stimulant. After this deal is finished, I'll get treatment.
You need help, bro.
No trade negotiation is worth ruining your life for.
Obviously, right?
Let go and get help.
You don't understand. Humanity needs me, and I need that stimulant. Without it, I don't know anymore. I get so tired when I run out of the stimulant. I just need one more boost.
Get
There's
yourself
no shame in
treatment.
having a problem, but you have to get treatment.
You're right. I'll go tell my assistant. I shouldn't be working like this. I'll get help. I'm just sorry it came to
Wow,
this.
he just got super depressed. Paragon ship for life. Is there anything else that I actually need to do in the Citadel? No, I don't want to help him. He's a cheater. Ooh, Conrad Werner. I don't know if he... I'm assuming he probably comes back at this point. Let's go see if I can find my super fan. back to the spot that I last saw him at, I think. Is that him? Oh, yeah.
Commander, I've got an idea, and I wanted to run it by you.
I got a lot going on right now, but I can spare a moment.
Yeah, it's...
Great.
You're not wrong.
This'll just take a minute. With so many human colonies being attacked, I'm not sure that one Spectre is enough. What if you signed me
You're
on as
delusional.
another Spectre?
Conrad, I don't think that's a good idea.
But I'd make a great Spectre. I'd be right there with you, showing the Council what humanity
Dude,
is
I'm a
capable
fucking
of.
war hero, and I
wanna
barely
be
got
with
chosen.
you, fighting
What makes
the
you
good
think that
fight like you did on
should be
Elysium
chosen?
during the Skillian Blitz.
I believe you, Conrad. But there's another fight that needs you.
It hurts me to make, like, asshole
What?
decisions,
I don't
though,
understand.
even in video games.
You know what keeps me going out here? Knowing that people back home are keeping humanity strong.
You're right. I just got so caught up in all of it. I wanted to help. I'll go home. Thanks for setting me straight.
Alright. Alright, so we took care of him.
Welcome back, Earth
I don't know if I have. I think I bought
Will you be
everything
needing
from these
supplies
guys.
for your return to the colonies?
Show me what you've got.
Most excellent.
I always end up accidentally playing my gun on this freaking game. Let's be real now. That guy wasn't gonna help anybody except dying. I don't even know if he was an actual, like, in the military at all, or...
Admiral Kahoku, a respected member of the Alliance military,
Kahoku.
has passed away. The veteran soldier who won the love of his troops during conflict
Oh,
with the
that is a
Battalions
bunch of
died
horse
natural
shit.
causes.
He did not die of natural
Kahoku
causes.
is survived by his wife and 3 children, who are planning a small private memorial service.
He died because he was investigating a group called Cerberus. Okay, the mechanics.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination.
Oh, so
in
fun thing.
progress.
Jennifer Hale also voices the Normandy.
Anderson, what are you doing here?
Punch
I
him.
didn't send.
Yeah. Anderson doing what I've always wanted. Come on, Joker. Wait for it. Punch it.
Let's go. Get us out of here, Joker. Now.
Alright, fuck yeah, we're gonna go save the world. So I've done, theoretically, I would say most of the side quests, except for the ones that make me do renegade shit. So I should have everything else unlocked in terms of getting 100% playthrough on this first try, in terms of trophies. Alright, where are we going? Elos. Oh, we're going to Rafugi. It's funny though, because people are calling, so this is Mass Effect Legendary Edition LE. The first time I saw it, I'm like, why is everybody playing as lawful evil? I don't get it. And then I was like, oh, and now I get it. Okay, there's only 3 planets, there's nothing else. Alright. Nowhere else for me to go here. But it's kind of neat, because like each of the worlds has its own like little write-up, and then it compares itself to Earth in terms of like how long are the years, the days, the temperature, and that type of stuff.
Shepard, may I speak with you?
Oh, is this where we get it? Oh, I probably should have spoken to her.
I was just thinking about you.
I have been thinking about you too, and what we are about to face. I do not know what is going to happen on Ilos. I hope we will stop Saren, of course, but part of me fears we are already too late. There is something I must tell you, in case we fail.
We're not going to fail. I promise.
Please, I am not looking for comfort. Saren might already have the conduit. It is time to be completely honest with each other. These could be our last moments together.
Oh, here we go.
Our last chance to show each other how we feel. I want this to be special.
We don't have to do this. Not unless you're sure.
I have never been more sure of anything in my life. Will
Oh,
you
here
join
we
with me,
go.
Shepard? Let our bodies and minds unite.
Just tell me what to do.
Oh, hi, Sirius. Go on now. Awkward sex scene. Let's go. Alright. See ya, bugs. Space butt.
By the goddess. That was incredible, Shepard.
You were incredible.
5 minutes ETA to the Mu relay.
I
Perfect
had better
timing.
go. Duty calls. You would not want to keep Joker
Space
waiting.
gasms.
Shepard, whatever happens on Ilos,
Trophy.
I just wanted to say thank you for everything.
Alright, see ya, bugs. Appreciate you stopping by.
Commander? We've got company.
Have their sensors picked us up yet?
Stealth systems are engaged. Unless we get close enough for a visual, they won't have any idea we're here.
Picking up some strange readings from the planet's surface.
Take us down, Joker. Lock in on the coordinates.
Negative on that, Commander. The nearest landing zone's 2 clicks away.
We'll never make it in time on foot. Get us something closer.
There is nowhere closer. I've looked.
Drop us in the Mako.
Oh,
You need at least 100 meters of open terrain to pull off a drop like that. The most I can find near Saren is 20.
20 meters? We'll never get in close enough for a drop.
We have to try.
Find another landing zone.
There is no other landing zone.
The descent angle's too steep.
It's our only option.
It's not an option. It's a suicide run. We don't...
I can do it.
Joker,
I can do it.
gear up and head down to the Mako. Joker, drop us right on top of that bastard.
Bow, bow, bow. Let's go teabag this bastard. Right in the face. Probably would have been really useful to have Tali on this, but I just like Garrus more. Because, like, the Geth, which are those creatures there that we're walking with Saren, they're actually all AI.
You two, keep moving inside.
And she can actually hack them and turn them onto a side, but can only do one at a time. Damn. Foiled again. 5 seconds too
We have
late.
to get inside this bunker before Saren finds the conduit. There's no way we're getting past that door with brute force.
Saren found some way to open it. There must be some kind of security override somewhere in this complex.
We'll have to find some way to get it up and running again.
Hey, no worries, Per. I appreciate you. I know you got company. Alright. Shit. There's nowhere to hide here. Alright. You're on this side. Overload this bastard for me. Alright. Rage is dead. this down. Take over at least. Let's get rid of that barrier. Okay, let's move up. Singularity over there. Let's those boys up. There we go. Got him do explodies. Okay, who the fuck's over here? I do not like being outflanked. Oh boy, okay, alright, those guys. Let's do warp on him. Let's do marksman. These are fucking tanks. I don't think I can actually push them, but we're gonna try. One down. This one's right up my ass. Okay, 2 down. Where the fuck is this other thing? Alright, I guess I'm not gonna worry about it. Yeah, I don't. We'll swing a bit. Change back to sniper. Back to this one. Can't see him over the wall. Alright. Overload. Warp. Warp is just super freaking overpowered. So warp takes out, basically makes them like weak in a weakened state, so your shots do more damage to them. Overload takes out their shields, which you can't usually injure someone unless their shields, which is the blue bar, is taken care of first. Don't take that out. So instead of bullets, your weapons just overheat type of thing in this game, which is indicated in the bottom left. And above that is my grenade count. I tend to not use grenades, even though I really should. This gun is just stupid powerful. I can only get off like 2 to 3 shots at a time, but it is stupid powerful. Anytime you see those laser sight things, that's usually something that I need to avoid. A lot of those will get me in one hit. Okay, these things that jump around are really fucking annoying, though. Like, by the time you target them, they've already jumped to another area. So honestly, thank God that my guys are actually decent. The AI is actually decent in this game, because otherwise it'd be a problem. And I'm just being lazy, and I'm just using Omni-Gel to unlock instead of actually doing the little mini game, which is literally just as Simon says. It tells you to push a button, you push that button. It just took me in a big, giant fucking circle, didn't it? Did. I must have missed something down here. But yeah, I definitely, like, if anybody likes RPG, you know, games with good RPG elements and a lot of good storytelling and stuff like that, I highly recommend this series. It's real good. Stupid barrel. I don't see anything else to activate down here, though. Just talking to Garrison Rex. So I did the decryption thing over here. There's nothing else I had to do with this console, though. Goldfish is like the quintessential snack food, I feel like. Is there any particular type of goldfish? Do you like the original goldfish? I know they've got like the pretzel one. They've got ones that are like extra cheddar or whatever too. I feel like this door should have opened up. And it hasn't, and it's not even lighting up for me to touch it. Hey, Ari! Doing good, man. How are you? Trying to figure out why this effing door won't open for me. Good, good. Thanks for joining the Discord yesterday. There's a bunch of real cool people in there. Okay, that door's still not open either. Area up here that I can get to? Is that what the map was trying to show me, or was it showing me down? It's showing me back down here. Well, that's not creepy as fuck. Well, life's good, man. I am trying to see if I can actually get this this game done and out of the way. I finally finished the Sherlock game. It crashed on me right at the ending, like literally the last 5 minutes of the game yesterday. Didn't let me save beforehand, so this morning I went through and I did like the last like hour worth of gameplay as fast as I could. Yeah, this just takes me back up here. This game isn't normally this confusing. Yeah, man, definitely send me the clip. In the Discord, there is a clip section But yeah, no, that sounds sick. Triple Rainer, damn. Was it literally just this area that I was walking by continuously and not realizing existed? Yup. Good job, me. That's not an area I can actually go up, so I think I gotta go around here. Alright, back to combat. Shit. This is not a great position for me. Shit's down. This barrier up. Yeah, I just got it, Ari. I will check it out as soon as I'm out of the thick here. Who the fuck's shooting me from over here now? There we go. Good job, guys. Yeah, no, I'll definitely check it out. Oh, was this elevator literally just to get me that one crate? I can't actually drop down. Alright, whatever. Oh, you want me to get to the doggo? Hold on, he's right here. He is so confused why I did that. Hey, buddy. Yeah, I know. I woke you up from your nap. It's okay. It's okay. He is the regalest of Peagles. There is no cover here, and I don't like it one bit. These jumpy boys again. Firepower. Wow, there is literally nothing but these little jumpy boys. All right. Got them taken care of. Sirius is back to his slumbers. It's a good day. Alright, let me... Let's see. Sorry, just checking out the jet real quick.
This place still has power. It must be running off its own generator.
I bet this is the command center for the entire complex. Zaren's troops must have sealed the doors from here after he went inside. We'll have to figure out how to disengage the security lockdown if we ever want to get inside that bunker.
Oh snap, that was a good snipe. I was always terrible compensating for the distance and knowing how far to let it drop type of thing. That's a big one. That's a spicy boy. Okay. Why does it say we got 2 guys on us? I don't see anybody. That makes me nervous. That makes me a little nervous. Face the back. Twitch. To have your dog stop biting your little toe. That's a good question. Is it a puppy or is it oh shit, older dog? I mean, depending on how hard he's biting down. I could imagine that could also potentially be pretty painful. Okay, I have a feeling as I hack these things are gonna come alive. Is a puppy. So basically when the way that I had to do it was serious because he was mostly my hand though. Stop giving them attention immediately. Pull out, tell them no, stop. And what I did with him was anytime that he was doing something and he wasn't listening to me, I kept his leash on in the house. And then I kind of put him in like the bathroom and shut the door and kind of tied the leash to the doorknob so he couldn't really lay down or play around in the bathroom. And I would do it for about like 25-30 seconds and then I'd come in and get him. And then basically after doing that for about a week or so, it was kind of like putting him in timeout. He stopped doing a lot of the stuff I didn't like him doing. Damn! You're killing it with those seed drops, man. Okay, did I... Looks like I missed something because it's not letting me access that. Okay, so there must be another pad or something. Look at you crushing it. You're gonna catch up to my farming level in no time. security panel.
Come on, Saren's already got a head start. We have to go find him before he reaches the conduit.
Unless he's already found it, then we're just walking into a trap.
It's a trap!
That's a chance we'll have to take.
Hold on. Something's happening.
Too late. Unable to... Invading fleets. No escape.
Sounds like some kind of message. But I don't recognize the language.
It's probably in Prothean. This recording must be 50,000 years old. No wonder we can't understand it.
The message is all broken up, but I recognize some of the words. It's a warning against the Reaper invasion.
Incredible. The cipher must have transferred an understanding of the Prothean language into your mind.
Not safe. Seek refuge. Inside the archives.
What's it say? Can you make
I
out
can't
anything
understand
useful?
what you're saying. You're going through a tunnel.
Old Reapers. The Citadel. Overwhelmed. Only hope. Act of desperation. The conduit. All is lost.
It said something about the conduit, but it's too degraded to help.
I can't understand your accent.
Cannot be stopped.
Alright, another trophy. Which one was that one for? Complete the majority of the game. Okay, cool. Alright, so we've activated the security panel now. Wow, there's literally nothing up there. Cool. Okay, so now we should be able to go down here, it looks like. Huh. It's like the little stuff in that, like, that you don't actually notice until it's, I don't want to say until it's too late, but until like much later on in the game. That's real good realism. I don't know, it's funny because I've been watching a ton of Critical Role during the week at work. I just have it on in the background and stuff, and just hearing Laura Bailey and then hearing Abby, it's weird. I find it weird. She plays such different characters on Critical Role than Abby. Your voice broke a lot, yeah. I don't know, sometimes I sound like a kid going through puberty or something when I try to sing. It just happens.
I thought Saren would have set some kind of trap, ambush.
Oh, good. Yep, these are my driving skills, guys. Yeah, at the least opportune times, it seems.
Some kind of container.
It looked like stasis bombs.
Am I right? The driving in this game is horribly remote, but yeah. I have never claimed that I am a good driver. Your mom. That's pretty good. So, like in the car and stuff, I got like a little crate that Sirius comes with me in most of my car rides.
It's a trap. Saren must have set an ambush.
That was great. I can't wait to do it again.
Saren's behind this.
Hang on one more time. I want to smack this. Oh, I didn't have the shit. Alright, there we go. But Sirius comes with me in the car, and if I sing sometimes in the car, he like groans from the passenger seat. It's kind of adorable. Which then, of course, as a dog parent, it makes me want to sing louder and directly to them.
What do you think we're gonna find down here?
It's okay. My
Specifically
singing
targeted us.
has been
Don't
recorded
get
and
your
it is now on YouTube
The only thing we can depend on
for everybody
right
to hear
now
in our D&D
is
games.
ourselves.
Anybody that watches the recordings.
You are not Prothean, but you are not machine either. This eventuality was one of many that was anticipated. This is why we sent our warning through the beacons.
Looks like some kind of VI program. Pretty badly damaged.
I do not sense the taint of indoctrination upon any of you, unlike the other that passed recently. Perhaps there is still hope.
Wait a minute. How come I can understand you? Why aren't you speaking the Prothean language?
I have been monitoring your communications since you arrived at this facility. I have translated my output into a format you will comprehend. My name is Vigil. You are safe here for the moment, but that is likely to change. Soon, nowhere will be safe.
Change that. We're not on Virmire anymore. We're on Ilos.
Are you some kind of artificial intelligence program?
I am an advanced non-organic analysis system with personality imprints from Kesad Aishan, Chief Overseer of the Ilos Research Facility.
Why did you bring me
Tell
here?
me what you want.
You
what
must
you
break
really,
a
really
cycle
want.
that has continued for millions of years. But to stop it, you must understand, or you will make the same mistakes we did. The Citadel is the heart of your civilization and the seat of government, as it was with us, and as it has been with every civilization that came before us. But the Citadel is a trap.
It's a trap.
The station is actually an enormous mass relay, one that links to dark space, the empty void beyond the galaxy's horizon. When the Citadel relay is activated, the Reapers will pour through,
that's fucking
and
tricky
all
as
you
fuck.
know will be destroyed.
Oh my god.
How come nobody ever noticed the Citadel was an inactive mass relay?
The Reapers are careful to keep the greatest secrets of the Citadel hidden. That is why they created a species of seemingly
Oh, the
benign
Keepers.
organic caretakers. The Keepers maintain the station's most basic functions. They enable any species that discovers the Citadel to use it without fully understanding the technology. Reliance on the Keepers ensures no other species will ever discover
Everybody
the
lazy.
Citadel's
We're just gonna
true
let these
nature.
machines that we're just
Not
kind of here
until the
take
relay
care of
is
it. We
activated,
don't need to know
and the
why they do
Reapers
what they do
invade.
or anything.
How do the Reapers survive out in dark
Sounds
space?
about right.
We have only theories. The researchers here came to believe the Reapers
Yeah, what you got,
enter
Ari?
prolonged states of inactivity to conserve energy. This allows them to survive the thousands and thousands
Well, to
of
know
years
it's not
it
just
takes for
humanity that's
organic
lazy.
civilization to rebuild itself. But in this state, they are vulnerable. By retreating beyond the edges of the galaxy, they ensure no one will accidentally discover them. They keep their existence hidden until the Citadel relay is activated.
The perfect trap.
The Reapers can wipe out the Council and the entire Citadel fleet in a single surprise attack.
That was our fate. Our leaders were dead before we even realized we were under attack. The Reapers seized control of the Citadel, and through it, the
Oh,
mass
that's pretty
relays.
freaking sweet, man.
Communication
That's
and
awesome.
transportation across our empire were crippled.
What type of
Each
game is
star
it?
system was isolated, cut off from the others. Easy prey for the Reaper fleets.
Alright, no problem, Luke.
Over the next decades, the Reapers systematically obliterated our people. World by world, system by system, they methodically wiped us out.
Some of you must have managed to survive.
Through the Citadel, the Reapers had access to all our records, maps, census data. Information is power, and they knew everything about us.
Zombie game? Nice.
Their fleets advanced across every settled region of the galaxy. Some worlds were utterly destroyed. Others were
That's pretty
conquered,
sweet, though.
their
That's real
populations
exciting.
enslaved.
Getting real close.
These indoctrinated servants became sleeper agents under Reaper control. Taken in as refugees by other Protheans, they betrayed them to the
I
machines.
really wish that my cord
Within a few
for
centuries, the
my
Reapers had
headset
killed
was
or
like another
enslaved
6 to 12
every
inches.
Prothean
I'm
in the
gonna have to look
galaxy.
into like an adapter
They were
cable
relentless,
if
brutal,
I'm gonna keep
and
wanting to play
absolutely
with
thorough.
PS5.
I don't understand. Where did the Reapers go after they conquered your people?
Our worlds were stripped bare, harvested by the indoctrinated slaves. Everything of value, all resources, all technology was taken. Certain that all advanced organic life had been extinguished, the Reapers retreated back through the Citadel relay into dark space,
Into the
sealing
dark.
it behind them.
I don't know why he said dark, and it was
All
like
evidence of the
very
Reaper
Bostonian.
invasion had been wiped away. Only their indoctrinated slaves were left behind, abandoned. Mindless husks, no longer capable of independent thought, the indoctrinated soon starved or died of exposure. The genocide of the Protheans was complete.
You said you brought me here for a reason. Tell me what I need to do.
The conduit is the key. Before the Reapers attacked, we Protheans were on the cusp of unlocking the mysteries behind mass relay technology. Ilos was a top-secret facility. Here, researchers worked to create a small-scale version of a mass relay, one that linked directly to the Citadel, the hub of the relay network.
Conduit's not a weapon. It's a backdoor onto the Citadel.
How did you manage to stay hidden?
All official records of our project were destroyed in the initial attack on the Citadel. While the Prothean Empire came crashing down, Ilos was spared. We severed all communication with the outside, and our facility went dark. The personnel retreated underground into these archives. To conserve resources, everyone was put into cryogenic stasis. I was programmed to monitor the facility and wake the staff when the danger had passed. But the genocide of an entire species is a long, slow process. Years passed, decades, centuries. The Reapers persisted, and my energy reserves were dwindling.
20k though, damn. Congrats on that.
You should have fought.
Yeah, no,
We were a few
my buddy
hundred
that
against a
was in chat
galactic
earlier,
invasion fleet.
in Galactic,
Our
she's
only
got
hope was to remain
a video on
undetected.
YouTube with over 1 million views,
I
but
began to disable the
because she
life
doesn't
support
have
of
enough
non-essential
subscribers,
personnel.
it's not
First
not
support
able to be
staff, then
monetized.
security.
So we're trying to
One by one, their pods were
we're trying to
shut
get
down to
her.
conserve
I think she's
energy.
less than 100 away. I think she's
Eventually,
like
only the
85 or
stasis
84
pods
away.
of the top scientists remained active.
So.
Even these were in
Yeah,
danger
no,
of
shit,
failing
that's-
when the Reapers finally
it's,
retreated back
It was
through
one
the
of those
Citadel
like
relay.
glasses that let you be able to see colors for people that
There
are
were hundreds of
colorblind.
stasis
Is the
pods
video
out
that she
there.
has a ton of views on.
You just shut them down? You killed them?
Oh boy. So he just killed a bunch of people.
You were programmed to protect them, not kill them.
This outcome was not completely unforeseen. My actions were a result of contingency
it's not the
programming
machine's
entered
problem.
on my creation.
I bet they didn't tell the non-essential staff about this.
I'm sure they didn't.
I saved key personnel. When the Reapers retreated, the top researchers were still alive. My actions are the only reason
20k though,
any
that's
hope
nothing to sneeze
remains.
at. I think a
When
couple
the
of my videos
researchers
have like
woke, they
5k.
realized the Prothean species was doomed. There
I
were
really
only
just
a
need to start
dozen
uploading
individuals
my
left,
my Twitch
far
streams
too
though
few
to
to sustain a viable population. Yet they vowed to find some way to stop the Reapers from returning. A way to break the cycle forever. And they knew the Keepers were the key.
I still don't
Yeah, like I
understand
used to
what's
do
going
just
on
like
here.
instead of streaming,
Why
I
is
just
Saren trying
did
to find the
direct to
conduit?
The conduit
just
gives them
recording
access
Let's
to the
Plays and putting
Citadel
them on
and the Keepers.
YouTube. So I've got
The Keepers
most of the
are
Kingdom Hearts
controlled by
series
the
is on
Citadel.
YouTube.
Before each
all the different
invasion, a
games.
signal is sent through the station
God
compelling
of
the
War I
Keepers
did
to
on
activate the
YouTube.
Citadel
I started
relay.
a original Dark Alliance one
After
on there,
decades
but
of feverish study, the scientists
my
discovered
brother
a way
that I
to
was
alter
with
this signal.
doing it as a 2-player
Using
at the
the
time.
conduit, they gained access to the
He
Citadel
ended up moving
and
out
made
and
the
going to school down in
modifications.
Florida, so we ended up not being
This
able to
time,
finish that
when
series.
Sovereign sent the signal to the Citadel, the Keepers ignored it.
One day the algorithm
Reapers
might be
are trapped in dark space.
Saren can use the conduit to bypass all the Citadel's external defenses.
Correct. And once inside,
There's something wrong
you
with
can
my shepherd's
transfer
mouth
control of
too.
the station
I don't know
to
exactly
Sovereign.
what's wrong with her mouth, but it's
Sovereign
like it just
will
weird.
override the Citadel systems and manually open the relay. And the
I'm not one of those
cycle
people that spends like a
extinction
million hours on
will
the
begin
character
again.
creation screen though either. I think I spent like maybe 10 or
Is there
15
any
minutes. I'm
way
like,
we
good
can
enough, I want to
stop
play.
There's a data file in my console. Take a copy when you go. When you reach the Citadel's master control unit, upload it to the station. It will corrupt the Citadel's security protocols and give you temporary control of the station. It might give you a chance against Sovereign.
Wait. Where's the Citadel's master control unit? I've never heard of anything like that.
Through the conduit. Follow Saren. He will lead you to your destination.
If the Reapers are trapped in dark space, how did Sovereign get here?
It is logical to assume the Reapers would leave one of their own behind after each extinction. A sentinel to pave the way for their inevitable
Yeah, but it's
return.
crazy. It's just basically like these Reapers
Like those
wait
in
for a
dark
civilization
space,
to form,
Sovereign probably spent most
gain
of
a
the
lot of
last
power,
50,000
go and
years
wipe
in a
them
state
all
of
out from
hibernation.
existence, and then wait for the
Periodically,
next group to
it
come
would
in.
wake to analyze the situation. Keeping its existence hidden, it would evaluate the state
Kind
of
of
galactic
crazy and ingenious
civilization.
at the same point in time.
And when the time was right, it would signal the Citadel and usher in the next Reaper invasion. But this time the signal failed. The Keepers did not respond.
Califer, do you
Sovereign's
like any of
allies
the new
were trapped
characters
in
in
the void.
the Binding of
Alone,
Isaac
it
expansions?
was forced to try and discover what had gone wrong.
Oh yeah. So my
Sovereign's
problem
the
is I'm
largest
still
ship
stuck in that
galaxy.
era that
Why
I
all
end
this
up
secret?
reading
Why not
it
just attack the
before
Citadel?
they finish actually
Sovereign is
speaking
not
it, so then I end up
invincible.
skipping it after I'm done
Revealing its
reading
true
it.
nature would have united the forces of every organic species against it.
But yeah,
Even
I
the
used to
Reaper
play like a
couldn't
lot of like
survive
the
such
old
odds.
like PlayStation 1
But the
Final
Reapers
Fantasy
are
games
patient.
that were
They
super
will not
text
rush
dense.
into the unknown. Sovereign could have been planning this for centuries.
And I think I was like,
deliberately,
I would start
gathering
reading it, and
allies.
then I would get bored, and I'm like, all right, I just want to go back
Slowly,
to combat. Just
it
let me go
has
back to
assembled the
combat.
pieces
And then I'd
of
be
the
like, I don't know
puzzle,
where to go.
working through agents to keep itself hidden. Saren is the
Oh,
most
no shit, I didn't know
visible
where to go.
pawn
I
of
didn't
the
read
Reapers,
what I was supposed to
but
do.
I doubt he was the first. Now Sovereign has grown bold. Whether from confidence or desperation, I cannot say. But it is determined to reopen the portal to dark space.
What about the beacon on Eden Prime? And the one on Virmire? What were they for?
At our apex,
Ooh,
the
tainted
beacons
versions of the
span the
characters,
breadth of
okay.
our empire. We use them as a single galaxy-wide network to transmit
I need to
data
play
and
more of it. I've been
communications
so
rapidly
sucked
from
into
world to
RuneScape lately
world.
that I haven't really
Virtually
played a ton
all
of
the
other
beacons
computer
were
games
destroyed
besides
during the
that.
invasion. But
And
once
then
the
occasionally,
Reapers
like,
were
Per and I will
gone,
play a game
the
together.
survivors
Play-
here on
play
Ilos
something with
decided to
Irvins.
risk sending out a message.
Isaac is just another one of those good
We
time
knew
sync
it was
games.
unlikely there were other survivors. But if there were,
Yeah,
we
so the
wanted them
Pokemon
to know
games, it
about
is
Ilos.
I always
wanted to give
recommend
them hope.
that you put
So a
this
message
text
was
speed on
sent across
fast.
the
If it is
network.
not on fast, it is not
You could have
worth.
exposed yourself to the Reapers.
In truth, we didn't expect any
And
of the
honestly,
beacons
the
would
first
still
one
function,
especially,
but we
like
had
the
to try.
Fire Red and
If there were survivors, we had to reach them.
Fire Red and
The message was meant for our own people.
Leaf
it
Green,
was coded
I think
so
were the,
only
was the other one.
organic beings could
The re-release.
interpret it.
They're so
We
linear.
still
You don't
didn't
actually need to
understand the
read
power of
anything.
Reaper
The newer ones, it's like they
indoctrination.
have you backtrack a lot, so you have to do
We
a
never
little
realized
bit.
it could lead an agent of the machines, like Saren, to this world. But it has also led you here.
I just love
So perhaps we did
the
not fail
antagonist in the
after
first
all.
one. Smell you later, Gramps.
So when the Reapers created the
He's my
Citadel,
favorite.
they created the Keepers as well?
A more likely scenario is that the Keepers were one of the early harvested civilizations.
Because I really want to get back
Perhaps
into
the very
Stardew.
first.
Like Luke and I have talked about going back into
Perhaps they
Stardew a
responded
million
well to
times, and then both
indoctrination,
of us are just like,
while the
but
Reapers simply
RuneScape though.
bred them to be obedient. In any
I want my
case,
own bean day,
they
damn
were
it.
left behind to operate and maintain the Citadel.
I've
the Keepers
just
are no
never,
longer
and
directly
again,
controlled by
probably
Sovereign
because
or its ilk.
lawful
They
good in my
evolved
games.
so that
I
they
can't get
only
into the
respond
GTA
to the
games.
signals emitted by the
I just
Citadel
can't do it.
itself. When the Protheans altered the Citadel's signals, they broke Sovereign's hold over
excuse
the
me.
Keepers. Now, they are completely harmless.
Sovereign must have realized organic races were difficult to control.
A likely hypothesis. The Keepers evolved in an unanticipated direction. Non-organic servants like the Geth would be more predictable.
So I got to the point in.
What happened to the survivors from the
I
Conduit
think I'm in
project?
spring year
They
2.
used the conduit to gain access to the Citadel.
I literally just
but the conduit is
proposed.
only a prototype.
I can't even
The
remember the
portal
guy's
only
name that
links
I
in one
romanced in
direction,
Stardew. It was
so
the
they
football
were
guy.
trapped on the station.
Um,
I do not know
didn't
what
even go
became of
through to
them
the
then.
actual wedding. I was
It
just
is
like, oh, I
unlikely they found any
proposed and he
food or
accepted.
water
All
on
right,
the
cool.
station.
And then I just
I
never
fear
went
they
back.
suffered a
Alex,
slow,
that sounds
grim
right.
death.
Sports
I
guy.
only know they succeeded in their mission to seal the relay. Your presence here
I
proves
know all
their
their names
sacrifice
or
was not in
anything.
vain.
Saren's got enough of a head start.
I think I had like a
File
phase
and
like
let's
that
go.
maybe in
The
college,
one
like
you
especially
call Saren
words with
has not
friends on
reached the
Facebook.
conduit.
That was like a big
Not
thing
yet.
when I was in
There
college.
is still hope if you hurry.
I never really got into, like, I knew a ton of people that were like super into Farmville and stuff, but I never really got that much into Farmville. Trying to think of what other, there was like a Dr. House game that I know a bunch of us really liked, and I think I got like Kelly, I think I got us and like Marissa and Marley and all them into that.
So many races looked up to the prophets as paragons of civilization. They were
There was a
fooled by
CSI game that I was into for a while, but it was like just like a
Keep
a
it
search, like find the stuff in.
wrong to me.
Which way am I supposed to go? I don't know. I'm all turned around now. So I'm gonna say this way. I don't know. There wasn't ever a game though that I was like, I would much rather play console games. Die. You also die. Oh yeah, Vampire Mafia, Mafia City. I don't think I ever really played those. I don't think I ever played Dragon City either. I don't know, there's like a few phone games that I got into for a while too. There was a Dragon Ball Z Dokkan that I was into for a bit. There's like there's a Disney one too, and I can't remember what it's called, but you like can collect Disney characters and stuff, and I kind of liked that. Alright, this is fun. Gameplay. There was Disney. I'm trying to think. Disney Kingdoms was like one of the builder ones. My brother got me into Clash of Clans for a while. I don't know. There's a lot of good like mobile like / Facebook social media type games. Okay, excuse. Thank you. Goth fashion. You just like your blacks and your skulls, Kelly. It's fine. It's fine. I gave up on the Harry Potter one. It did not keep my interest for whatever reason. But that was also just probably right around the same time that J.K. Rowling broke my heart this summer, so... Last summer, Jesus. It was like forever ago. Like, she has a new book that came out, and I still haven't even bought it, because I'm just like, I feel like I can't support this. And it's not in my library yet. Hey, yo, Miller, what's good? How's it hanging, man? I'm doing well. I am, playing through, some Mass Effect on Insanity mode, because there's an achievement for playing all the games on Insanity. And I am a tad bit of a completionist, and feel like I must do that. So far, so good. We're on Ilos, if you're familiar with the game, so we're getting close towards the end here. Daniel Radcliffe wrote Harry Potter. I think the worst part for me is the fact that she's so unapologetic about it.
We don't have time to admire the view. We have to get through that relay, and these Geth aren't going to make it easy on us.
The boat part, yeah. No, my parents seem to... I'm shocked one of them didn't freaking come in during the Liara scene earlier, because it seems like that's when they tend to pop in. They did that for me on Witcher 3, and I was just like sitting here and I'm like, yes, about it. But then again, I also watched the entirety of Game of Thrones with my mother, so there's that. Alright, so the Reapers are now officially invading the Citadel. they are ill-prepared to deal with that. Then again, the Normandy really isn't much for a combat ship, it's much more of a stealth ship.
Activate the defenses! Seal the station! The arms aren't moving. Systems not responding. Abandon the Citadel! Evacuate the Council! Citadel Control! Citadel Control, do you copy?
Nope. They have hacked everything, dude. It's Degath. Yes, it has been a while for me too. This is the Legendary Edition that came out earlier last month. Otherwise... Shit, I'm gonna die here.
Hang on. Things are gonna get a little rough.
We're just powering through this. Fuck it. Alright, cool. Cool, mad dodge skills. Mad doge. But yeah, I haven't played this since probably like 2013, I think is 2014 was when I originally played it. Alright, you too, man. Appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with us. Have a good one.
Failures detected across all monitored systems. Please begin emergency evacuation.
This is not drill. Alright, Shep, let's do this. Oh, let's talk to Avina. Hey lady, what's going on? How's everything?
Critical failure.
No, you won't talk to me. Okay. Shit, fuss. Okay. Lift you up. Change. Shit, got way out of everywhere. Okay, barrier. Throw. These things are nasty because they freaking take out your shields and then basically explode on you. It's kind of like they're suicide bombers. Alright. But basically, yeah, they can really... One of them can really freaking easily kill you in insanity mode. Not bad. It's actually not bad. I will say it feels a little clunky. But in terms of the story and everything, it holds up story-wise. The Mako still sucks. Driving the Mako has always sucked. That has not really improved very much, except for they added a boost on it, which is cool. Some of the dialogue is a little sparse in some areas, but otherwise it still holds up. Like, the story is a real good story, regardless.
Don't let the enemy ships inside the arms!
Space Racist actually hits a little close to home, I feel like, with everything going on lately, but... I don't know, I'm hoping 2 lives up. 2 is my ironically, number 2 movie, number 2 game that I think on my list of games I've ever played. Behind only The Witcher 3, which was just... Witcher 3 was just chef's kiss. Everything about The Witcher 3 was wonderful. But I've really enjoyed playing through. I actually am playing it, even though. So it's weird. They didn't come out with this on PS5. They only came out with it on PS4, but it is cross-play compatible on the 5. So supposedly the graphics were semi-improved playing it on a 5 versus the 4, but it's not a PS5. I don't know. It's really weird. I don't understand why they did that. I'm just glad that I can actually play it on a PS5 though, because I don't have enough games for it yet to really justify why I bought it. I've got Spider-Man and Dark Souls.
Sarah's lost the elevator.
Or Demon Souls,
Suit up.
rather.
We're going outside.
I've played through, which the Spider-Man game came with the original Spider-Man, as well as the Miles Morales one. I played through the original Spider-Man now, and beat that, and then basically this came out shortly afterwards, so I knew I wanted to play this immediately before coming out, so I haven't started. Although I think the Miles Morales one is, they said it's not nearly as long as the original Spider-Man. Yeah, I feel like that's the way with like a lot of a lot of RPGs, though, where it's just like, hey, do a bunch of side quests and we're gonna level you up to the point where you're basically invincible. Because this game feels like it too. Like, this game, it's still real hard on insanity mode, but it's a hell of a lot easier that I did like 8 hours worth of side questing. My pretties. I probably should be switching to a sniper rifle. Just soldier. Oh, I've killed 1,000 enemies in 1, 2, or 3. Okay, nice. So like, the trophy system for this is a little funky, so you have your individual trophies for the games, and then you have ones that are, like, earned across all playthroughs of all the games. Got him. There was another guy back there, maybe not. Yeah, I can't tell exactly which direction we're shooting at right now. Go. Get experience. Okay, but now he's dead. Okay. Yeah, and I do think that like the AI for your companions in this is actually real good. I can kind of sit back in some areas of combat and they'll take care of a lot of stuff for me. As long as you give them good upgraded equipment, that is. Got a Krogan up there. That's not good. But they do tend to get him in the way a lot. Shit. Shit, this guy's fucking shit. This sniper rifle that I got is ridiculous. Okay, got another one of him. Okay, so oops, over here. Let's warp him. The T2 Necker oil, yeah. Yeah, I'm almost exclusively, like, when it comes to AAA games, console gamer, so I don't get access to a lot of, like, the mods and such. And it's the one thing that kind of stinks about being a console gamer. Fine. Alright. Let's see, what do I want to put it in? Probably gonna go barrier. That just throws them further. That's fine. Weapon damage. Raises that by 2. Raises it by 1. We're gonna go here. I feel like I'm playing like skeet shooting in some of these when I start throwing shit up in the air. Shit. glad that they don't actually fully hide behind cover a lot of the time. It makes my life a hell of a lot easier. I'm supposed to be going this way. Good enough. We'll go this way. Oh, you're back already. You miss us? Chipping away at my health. I really need to stop pushing as hard as I am in this game sometimes because I forget how. Because then we got shit like that. Great. Alright, cool. That's interesting. He's a bouncy boy. Ooh, that I can apparently just walk right through. Okay, weird glitch. Weird glitch. That's not cover. I need I think I need to get rid of defense turrets on that. Actually, zombie gel. Why the fuck not? Got plenty of it. I can't go that way. I thought that could loop around. Hello, Mr. Sirius. How are you? Bye. God, the physics in this level is horrible and great at the same time, and I love it. I mean, we are technically out in space, so... Just keep it moving. I gotta go save the universe. Krogan warriors, okay. They're gonna charge me. That's what these guys tend to do. Jump gears. Go. Okay, there we go. Thank God for my shots knocking them off balance. My thoughts on YouTube Shorts. I mean, I don't really have too much of an opinion on it, I guess. I think it's a interesting, I feel like it's like a Quibi, right? So they had Quibi, they made this big deal out of Quibi, you know, like shows in like 5 to 10 minutes max. They had some real big names that came in it. It just didn't stick. I just think that like the market is just oversaturated with so many different types of medium and stuff like that, that it's just real hard to break through in the market right now. Sorry, I'm just taking out the sheets here. So all of these things are firing at me. Sweet. fuck. Just wasting your channel points. Yeah, I don't have a ton of stuff set up yet in terms of channel stuff. Alright. So I gotta figure out a way to not get stuck there. Please shit. Please shit. You stay away from my Garrus. I don't know if that actually did anything. It feels like it didn't do anything. I'm afraid to go up there because these guys wreck your shit with melee attacks. And they start charging. Can't see shit. I don't know if I'm targeting them correctly. That was almost bad. That was almost real bad. Hi, Luke. Welcome back. I had my first death of the day. Massive fucking shield turrets up here. Shit. Shit. There were not this many of them the first time. We'll use a healing kit.
Good as new.
I don't feel like waiting for me to heal. So I think if I destroy those shield thingies in front of them is what activates them to fire at me. Okay, let's throw up a barrier. We're gonna run for it. Took care of him. That's kind of cool though. Yeah, like a lot of people have that for like 100 points or whatever. Pretty low level. I mean, that would be torture for me because I don't drink a lot of water. I need to have flavor in my drinks. That's good. I don't like where this is going. I feel like I'm pinned down. Okay, so I got two guys coming up somewhere over here. Oh, did he actually destroy that one? Are they destroyable? Okay, that's good news. There is hope. Let's sneak around this way, though. How many points for a rune crafting stream? So it depends. Does it actually have to be me making runes, or can I just go into the RCS library and do shit? Honestly, as much as runecrafting sucks, I really don't care too much, and I would, like, if I didn't have other stuff to grind out right now for, the Lumbee elites, I'd probably just do it. I'd probably just grind it out. I don't know, we'll call it 100k, I'll put it up as an option after that. I've not streamed nearly enough for anyone to have close to 100k, I feel like. Let's warp that full. Stop strafing. Throw him. Get him away from me. Alright. Taken care of. Taking care of business. Bet. Alright. I'd cap it at 3 hours, though. I think. Smack the barrier. Smack the barrier. Smack that ass. Smack it. What is this? Access hatch. That sounds important. Pokemon Go. Three hours of rune crafting for 80 hours of watching. Deal. Honestly, after all the like, boring ass mining I've been doing, I feel like I wouldn't hate it as much as I previously would have. That's not a good space for me. Snipe Central. Duck behind the rock, Shepard. Oh, Shepard. Yeah, that's that. The activity itself isn't so bad. It is the shitty ass XP rates that are really demoralizing more than anything. There's a guy right there. Just looking at that. Not for long. Fly for me, boy. When I was born, I was... So, I don't know if anybody else has ever thought of this, ever, but can anyone else picture Morgan Freeman as a child? I feel like he came out of the womb and he was 50 years old. I can't picture Morgan Freeman young, ever. And I mean, and I think part of the problem is, too, that he didn't start acting until he was much older as well. Alright, Saren, round 2?
I was afraid you wouldn't make it in time, Shepard.
In time for what?
The final confrontation. I think we both expected it would end like this.
Turians are so
You've
cool,
lost.
man.
You know that, don't you? In a few minutes, Sovereign will have full control of all the Citadel systems. The relay
Hey Luke,
will
how much for
open
my backup character to be a Turian so I can make Kelly draw it? He does look decently young, but I'm pretty sure he's still... Because I think Driving Miss Daisy was his first, like, actual, like, A-list movie that he was in, and that was, like, 87, 88?
I've still got a few tricks up my sleeve.
You survived our encounter on
I love their, like, little, like, the flap things that come down here and the way that their mouth moves. I just think it's a fucking cool-ass design.
You let
7 is a
Sovereign
great movie.
implant
What's in the
you?
box?
Are you insane?
I suppose I should thank you, Shepard. After Virmire, I couldn't stop thinking about what you said. About Sovereign manipulating me. About indoctrination. The doubts began to eat away at me. Sovereign sensed my hesitation. I was implanted to strengthen
I have to think of a name for my backup Wood Elf.
I believe in Sovereign completely. I understand that the Reapers need organics. Join us.
I was actually thinking
and
about going
Sovereign
through
will find a
the
place
list
for
of the
Sovereign's
worlds in Mass
controlling you
Effect,
through
like the
your
different worlds that you can
implants. Don't
go
you
to and
see
stuff,
that?
and some of them have pretty exotic names.
The relationship is
seeing if I could use one of those as a
organic
character
and
name.
machine intertwined, a union of flesh and steel. The strengths of both, the weaknesses of neither. I
Best
am a vision
war
of the
movie.
future, Shepard. The evolution of all
Honestly,
organic life. This is our destiny.
I don't
Join
think you could go wrong with Saving Private Ryan.
a true rebirth.
I think Saving Private
Sovereign
Ryan is
hasn't won
probably...
yet. I can stop it from taking
Yeah, that
control
opening
of the
scene of
station.
Saving Private
Step
Ryan
aside
is...
and the invasion
holy
will
shit.
never happen.
We can't stop it. Not forever.
For not a war movie, I really like the battle scenes in
The Reapers are too powerful.
Rogue One. Oh shit, is today D-Day? Well, hot damn.
Some part of you must still realize this is wrong.
Yeah, it
You
is,
can
right?
fight
The 6th.
Maybe you're right.
But the war scenes in like the major like fight scenes as they're literally running on as ground troops with these giant fucking AT-ATs coming at them in Rogue One. It's just like, holy shit, if you aren't a Jedi or something like that in those movies, like, goddamn, good luck during those scenes, because you're dead.
It's not over yet. You can still redeem yourself.
Rip Fally.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Our hearts are with all of those Fallower citizens. Oh shit, I forgot that he did that. Oh damn. Bye. Bye, Felicia. I've never done anything other than the Paragon options there, so I don't know if you go like the Renegade or don't have enough the Paragon
Quick, open the
card
station's
points.
arms. Maybe the fleet can take Sovereign
Whether
down.
you actually have to do something
See
else
if you can
there,
open
or
a
if that's the
communications
outcome
channel.
no matter what.
The Destiny Ascension. Main drives offline. Kinetic barriers down 40%. The Council is on board. I repeat, the Council is on board.
Stupid question. Why would you have all of them
Normandy to the Citadel.
on one ship?
Please tell me that's you, Commander.
It's a me.
I'm here, Joker.
Shepard.
Caught that distress call, Commander. I'm sitting here in the Endura sector with the entire Arcturus fleet. We can save the Ascension. Just unlock the relays around the
Arcturus.
Citadel and we'll send the
I kinda
cavalry.
like that name.
You'd sacrifice human lives to save the Council? What have they ever done for your kind?
Although that feels
This
more
is bigger than
Dragonborn than
humanity.
Elf to me.
Sovereign's a threat to every organic species in
Poor
the galaxy.
planning.
That's why you can't
Always.
throw away reinforcements.
All
trying to save the
civilizations are
Council.
founded upon one
Hold
thing.
them back until
Poor
the
planning.
Citadel arms open up and the human fleet
I never
can
thought
go
it would get
after
this
Sovereign.
far.
What's the order, Commander? Come in now to save the Ascension, or hold back?
Alright, folks. Do we let our do we go after the politicians? Basically, like the presidents. Or do we concentrate on the big mothership Sovereign? Army and Godzilla type movies. Stormtroopers. I'm leaning of having them concentrate on Sovereign and limiting the casualties overall, but... Probably should save the government. Save Obama. Alright, we're gonna go save Obama.
Opening the relays now, Joker. We need to save the Ascension no matter what the cost.
I'm telling you,
I hope the Council
Luke, if we
appreciates
end
this.
up... I don't even know what color it would be. I'm assuming it's white. Could potentially be green.
Alliance ships, move in. Save the Destiny Ascension.
If we end up catching an Obama snow, we're naming it Obama. American Sniper is a pretty good movie. I will say that is a pretty good movie.
Commander, we're picking up reinforcements.
Leans very
It's the
heavily on the
Alliance.
after
Thank the
effects.
gods.
And the downtime in war, and how it mentally affects this particular Army Ranger. But yes, it is an incredibly sad movie because of that. It is pretty damn realistic. And I mean, it should be. It's based off of an actual guy and what happened to him.
Destiny Ascension, you are all clear. Repeat, you are all clear.
I really want Obama snow.
Citadel's opening. All ships move in. Concentrate on
That
Sovereign.
way I can just freak out Obama every time we throw him in battle. Obama snow. Exactly, you get me.
Make sure he's dead.
No, Ari, it's definitely a good movie, but if just a lot of trigger warnings. No pun intended there in that as well. Double tap. Good job, Rex. Zero Dark 6?
He's dead.
Is that different from Zero Dark 30? Because the reason I haven't seen Zero Dark 30 is because at one point I was trying to go through the movies that had won Best Picture, and Hurt Locker was on there. I fucking hated Hurt Locker. I hated her. I absolutely hated Hurt Locker. That main character was so goddamn unlikable that I just wanted him to die the entire epic movie. But it was the same director, so I never watched Zero Dark 30 out of spite. He's a robot! Good, judge me.
I am Sovereign, and this station is mine.
Judge away, sir. Judge away. No, the main character was so fucking unlikable that I couldn't deal with him. He was literally just out to die and did not care who was in his path to fucking make that happen, basically. And I fully resented that. And I mean, I get that has to be your mindset in some of those. Just because of the nature of bomb diffusion, but fucking Christ, bro. We got baddies. We got hordes now. Yay, me. Snipers gonna kill me. Push you away. This is my life lately, guys. So this is the fight. I think this is the fight that's glitched, not that other one from the very beginning. I think it's glitched if you freaking use your abilities, which is a load of horseshit. I've actually been getting used to. I was actually talking about this with my cousin the other day that came up and visited. I've gotten used to watching subtitles like in the past like 6 to 12 months. I used to be way too distracted and like reading things and then not paying attention to what was going on the screen. Oh, speaking of which, she just Snapchatted me. But I finally figured out how to make my brain multitask. Okay. This is gonna be impossible without using powers. Like a weird glitch that was like in the original game too, that if you saved Ashley instead of saving Caden, that this fight would sometimes glitch out on you. Go around. Okay without powers. It sucks. I like how the grenades on this are like discs. Throw a frisbee! It's a grenade! Shit, my guys are down, so I'm gonna have to use this. Alright, well, fuck it, I just used a power, so I might as well just keep using powers at this point. Stop jumping. Scary movies, oh my god. We watched, when a bunch of us went to Fur's house a month ago, we watched a scary movie, and it was like about like these kids whose mother and father were getting a divorce, and the father was about to remarry. So the mother committed suicide. She couldn't handle it. So then he takes his new girl to their beach house or whatever, or not beach house, lake house, in the middle of winter. It's like at Christmas time or whatever. And the kids just fuck with her. Shit, that almost killed me. That should have killed me. And then, yeah, and then she ends up becoming a psychopath because, like, she's off her meds. She is certifiably crazy in her own rights because she was grown up in a fucking cult society. Her father was a cult leader. I wasn't about that. And they kept the poor little white dog. They let him out into the freezing cold temperatures and he died. It was sad. I hate when they kill dogs and animals in movies. Like, okay, it's people one thing. Animals, leave them alone. They didn't do nothing to you. Leave them alone. This rock is doing work for me. It's a nice rock. That's a nice boulder. Sir, what did I just say? What did I just say? Ah. Alright, that's okay. This fight is supposed to be hard. This fight is supposed to be insanely hard. Problem is that my build is a biotic build, so it really handicaps me when it doesn't want to use my powers. Come on, shields. Come on, shields. Shields! Fuck. Yep, alright. I gotta stay behind cover. I can't go rogue like that. Hop back the fuck up. Slow. No, 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 no. You stay over there. Excuse? What are you doing here? Hey, we're not doing a great job of crowd control here, people. Social distancing. Social distancing. I do have a small regenerated capability, but potentially dying here. Almost underweaved. There we go. Alright, here we go. Derp flute? I'm gonna have to Google that one later.
Sovereign's too strong! We have to pull back! Negative. This is our only chance. Take that monster down no matter what the cost.
One down. Shitballs. Fucking one-hit kill, man. And this is what insanity is all about. I need to switch because that doesn't target myself. More damage, but does not target your enemies. Keep targeting the Krogan. Perfect. Perfect. Looking good, Saren. Come on, die. Go, die for me, baby. A little crazy here. Got no shields. A little reckless. There's a sniper over there. There we go. Why are you sending more people down already? What the fuck? Why are you sending a second wave? That's mean. This is uncalled for, sir, and I'm pretty sure is illegal by the Geneva Convention. Don't you know your international history, your intergalactic history? Rude. Oh yeah, no. So he scuttles around as a weirdo. The beam of light thing that he does is it drops all of your shields and prevents you from being able to use any of your abilities or your weapons. And then occasionally he basically sends like grenade, like rocket launcher type style down at you. So he can like wipe you out to the point where these guys will be able to really easy pick you out. Pick you off rather. But he's not actually like the scary part of the fight. It's getting through these mobs. Try and get as many of them out as possible quickly so they don't overwhelm. Because he could take down your shield and then the sniper can already one-hit kill me. So stay behind. So right now, like you see how he's firing off those things do some serious fucking damage. Too many lasers. See, he just overloaded me. Garrus, you need to come back, buddy. Yeah, so right there he just overloaded my weapon, so I can't use my weapon right now until that goes back down. Alright, another wave down. But the problem in insanity mode is even if you have full shields, some attacks can still take you out even at full shield if you get direct. So if I got like hit by one of those things, I don't know if it would one-hit kill me, but it would definitely two-hit kill me. Which is why I'm kind of being a little bitch at the same time as well. This is the last round. Seems like I only need to break like line of sight though once with that laser thing, and it's just like, oh, we're good, because I can't hit him. Shit, Rex is down. Rex back up. I can't do this alone. Fuck you go. Shit. Shit. Get behind the rock. Damn it, Shepard. Okay, fuck you, dude. We ain't playing this game right now. We ain't playing this game right now, I said. Oh my god, I fucking missed him. That Shepard, he was right fucking there. I was way up here. They seem to think my buddies are a bigger threat than me right now, so that's actually working in my advantage. God damn it, Rex. Why do you keep going down? Oh, shit. Yeah, so I was at full shields there and had that, and I still just almost died. That was almost really bad. Back up. Don't like you over there, Saren. Alright, see ya, Ari. Appreciate you stopping by, dude. And hanging out with us. Oh yeah, jump scares. Just jump scares not good for me. I wonder, do I still have that clip on my channel of that really bad jump scare in that?
The shields are down. Now's our chance.
Where I had to put everything down for like a good 5 minutes.
Hard on
on my flank! We're going in!
Oh, that felt good to do that. Okay. That took, what, 5 tries? It's not horrible. Not great, but not horrible. Kablooies.
Go!
Nice haircut, dude.
Captain Anderson, we found him!
100 years into the future, and this is the haircuts we get as humans. Nice.
Take it easy. It's over. You're safe now. Where's the commander?
Shepherd. My boo. Fashion. Shepherd. The savior. Not just humanity, but all of the intergalactic space agency. The Space Force. Yes.
Ambassador, Captain, Commander Shepard.
Hell yeah.
We have
Platinum.
gathered here to recognize the
Platinum,
enormous
baby.
contributions of the Alliance forces in the war against Sovereign and the Geth.
Many humans lost their lives in the battle to save the Citadel. Brave and courageous soldiers who willingly gave their lives so that we, the Council, might live.
There is no greater sacrifice, and we share your grief over the tragic loss of so many noble men and women.
The Council also owes you a great personal debt, Commander, one we can never repay. You saved
Man, I
not
wish
just
we had
our
cool
lives,
face
but
paint
the
like
lives
them.
of billions from Sovereign and the Reapers.
Commander Shepard, your heroic and selfless actions serve as a symbol of everything humanity and the Alliance stand for.
And though we cannot bring back those valiant soldiers who gave their lives to save ours, we can honor their memories through our actions.
Humanity has shown it is ready to stand as a defender and protector of the galaxy. You have proved you are worthy to join our ranks and serve beside us on the Citadel Council.
Counselor, on behalf of humanity and the Alliance, we thank you for this prestigious honor and humbly
Fuck
accept.
off, Udina.
We will need a
This was in
list of
spite of
potential
you.
candidates to fill humanity's seat on the Council.
Given all that has happened, I am sure your recommendation will carry a great deal of weight, Commander. Do you support any particular
Fuck yeah,
candidate?
Anderson.
We need someone with the courage to stand
Fuck Udina. Fuck politicians.
Someone like Captain Anderson.
Him? You must be joking. Anderson prefers to let his fists do the talking.
Only with you, Ambassador. Only with you.
Are you sure about this, Commander? The captain's a soldier, not a politician.
That is exactly my point, sir.
We've already got too many politicians on the Citadel. The captain would be perfect for this job. I think it's an inspired choice. The Council would welcome him with open arms, should he accept.
I'm honored, Counselor. As humanity's representative, I'll do everything in my power to help the Council rebuild.
Sovereign's defeat marks the beginning of a new era
God
for
damn it,
both
Luke.
humanity and the Council.
Hey, I
Sovereign
appreciate the
was
sub,
only a
Ari.
vanguard. The Reaper
I'll
fleet
be
is
po-
still
I'm gonna
coming.
start posting more
Hundreds
stuff on
of ships,
YouTube,
maybe
at least the
thousands.
Twitch archives.
And I'm gonna find some way to stop them.
Have a good night.
Shepard's right. Humanity is ready to do its part. United with the rest of the Council, we have the strength to overcome any challenge. When the Reapers come, we must stand side by side. We must fight against them as one. And together, we will drive them back into dark space.
Why's it gotta be dark? Shepherd, champion of the universe. I love the universes. Looking dramatically up. They looked more normal there. They definitely looked more normal there. It was just like she was looking slightly upwards. Versus the other one, it was like the camera angle was like looking at her up, and then she was also looking up, even though it was like in direct conversations and stuff, so. Alright, sweet. So that was, we have officially completed Mass Effect 1. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Alright, I think that's probably, because I did get the plat on that. I'm like 99% sure I got the plat. Okay, nope, that's the... Sorry, that is the... Oh, I hate when it does this. Okay. I'll figure it out. Because it was pulling me into the ones that are shared across all 3 games, which I got 4 out of 11 of those ones. The hard one I think on that is going to be the, you have to melee like 100 enemies or something across all 3 games. And on Insanity mode, you do not want to be touching people. Touching people equals death. So. Alright, but I think that's where I'm going to call it a stream. Yeah, knife attack everyone, but there's no knives, so it's just your fists. So, that's fun. Alright. Just make sure I spelled that's correct. But we're gonna raid out to Cheria, so give her some love. And, we'll probably be back next weekend. I don't know what I'm gonna play yet. I'm gonna talk with her and see if, maybe she wants to start up, Fear 2. I know she's got people this week, so I don't know if she'll be up for it. But if not, I can probably play some more Mass Effect or find something else in my Steam library. So, alright guys, have a great rest of your Sunday, and we'll talk soon. Bye!
I can't